Welcome back to the channel. My name is Daniel, and this is going to be kind of a breaking news-ish video. This news broke yesterday. We'll talk about it today. Just wanted some time to kind of read through all the articles and information to come out before I announced it and before I broke it down. This is the ESPN buying WWE for $1.8 billion and specifically buying their rights to stream their premium live events on the ESPN app. So, what does this mean? So, yesterday ESPN bought the rights to stream all WWE Premium Live events starting in 2026. WWE have been streaming their Premium Live events on Peacock for the better part of a little bit close to a decade. But the contract was up with Peacock and they needed to find a new home and they went to ESPN. And obviously with TKO being involved, TKO obviously owning UFC and boxing, and basically ESPN already showing UFC on their cable network on ABC, and also having it on their app and having their pay-per-views on their app. The transition was likely to happen, so it shouldn't be a surprise. But what's going to be a big surprise for consumers is that if you are just a wrestling fan, automatically your price changes, right? You go from paying $10.99 a month on Peacock with ads included to now having to shift over to $29.99 a month to watch WWE Premium Live events. Now, that's a big price increase. That's a huge price increase, especially if you're just a wrestling fan, because it also means that the only thing you're getting are the Premium Live events. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, they're all staying where they are. And NXT pay-per-views are still going to be on Peacock for a little bit longer, right? Raw still on Netflix, SmackDown still on USA. So the only thing you're getting from the ESPN app and what you're buying it for, if you're a wrestling fan, is premium live events. However, there is a caveat, and there is a decent caveat here. And that is that if your TV provider has ESPN and is a carrier, and specifically those providers are Carrier or Charter, sorry, which is Spectrum, DirecTV, Fubo, Hulu Live TV, which is going to soon become Disney Plus Live TV, and Verizon Fios. If you have access to those and you are a consumer of that, you will get this app included in your bill, right? So you do not have to buy the ESPN app to get this stuff. However, if you use Comcast or YouTube TV or Frontier or Sling, that unfortunately will not have access to like you have to still pay for the ESPN app, which will cost you $29.99 a month. So it's good. It's good and it's a bad thing. It's a good thing if you have what you have. It's a bad thing if you don't have what you have. So it essentially forces you to have to change your TV provider just to get more wrestling. So if that's something you're able to do, and a lot of people have either Comcast or YouTube TV, unfortunately you would have to purchase the ESPN app for $29.99 a month, which I know is a big thing. So I wish it could be better news to you people. But again, if you do have Charter, DirecTV, Hulu TV, Fubo, or Verizon Fios, you do not have to pay for this app. It's direct to consumer. And it does not mean that eventually Comcast and YouTube TV and like Dish and Sling won't have it down the line. Just right now, as of 2026, you will not have it. But it could come later in the future. We'll see. So overall, not a great start to some of this deal. And there are other ways you can procure wrestling. They're not great options, but there are the options available. You could go to, recently WWE partnered with Fandango, where you could now go to see premium live events in movie theaters with your friends or with a group of people. You can go to plenty of bars in your local area that will show pay-per-views and be around a group of wrestlers, a wrestling community. And of course, if you have other wrestling friends and you want to split the bill together that way, one person buys it, everybody shares their password. That's also another option. You know, also the illegal way, but we'll save that for a different date. But there are other options that can be done if you do not want to pay $29 a month. And while this deal could be good for WWE in the long run, I do want to see now. At least I think it's only fair because we're paying so much more for a product that we get compensated for it. So I would like to see more events, not more events, more or like longer events. Maybe instead of 5 matches, we do 7 to 8 again. Maybe we do, maybe more high profile matches. Maybe ESPN actually shows this product out more and allows more people to get into it. We have a dedicated wrestling show on the app. Maybe we have more podcasts on the app. I think now with this deal, and because especially if you're just a wrestling consumer, you should be able to have more product to enjoy from this app that you can have access to. You're not getting any of the archives. That's still staying on Peacock. That's probably going to Netflix too. You're not getting any of the old matches. You're not getting any of the original stories. That's staying on Netflix. So the only thing you're getting from this ESPN service for a wrestler is the PLEs. So again, if that's the case for a wrestling consumer who also consumes sports, so it's to me, I have other stuff on the app that I can enjoy. But if you're a wrestling consumer and only a wrestling consumer, I think there should be more options available and there should be more things available for you to have, whether that be, old matches or a dedicated show, dedicated hour of just pure wrestling. I think that seems to be the most fair and the most logical way to do it. So I think this deal with ESPN is good. It's a $1.8 billion. It's a lot of money going to the company, and we'll see. I guess this is going to be the start of them trying to progress into more streaming, and could be probably SmackDown could probably be losing USA probably losing SmackDown pretty soon as well. We'll see if the NXT pay-per-views do move over to ESPN eventually. I can see that happening as well. But as of right now, if you are a consumer or have anything to do with Verizon, Fubo TV, Spectrum, any other provider like that, uh, you will be at Hulu TV Live, and I'm missing one, and DirecTV. You will have access to this app. It's directly to you, and you don't have to pay too much out of your pocket. But if you have YouTube TV, Dish, Sling, Frontier, or Comcast Xfinity, you will have to pay for this app. So, but there are other ways that you can go about producing and consuming wrestling that does not involve you having to download this app and pay for it. But that is the breaking news. Thank you guys for listening and watching. Thank you guys for sticking around. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Check out other stuff as well. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.